T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. We have main engine start. 4, 3, 2,
On January 28, 1986, I was walking through the Student Union at Southwest Baptist University. I saw a large group of students gathered around the TV, so I went over to see what everyone was watching. Just a few seconds before, at 73 seconds after launch, the Space Shuttle Challenger broke apart mid-flight, killing all 7 astronauts on board. The cause was a small rubber O-ring that failed in the cold morning air. But here's the part that's hard to swallow. NASA engineers knew that there were problems with those O-rings. They'd seen signs of it on previous launches, and some of their engineers were warning of potential failure of those O-rings. But because nothing catastrophic had happened yet, they began to accept the risk. A dangerous habit set in. They normalized the warning signs that they were seeing. And then one day everything went wrong. Complacency didn't just cost a mission, it cost lives. And that same mindset, it happens to riders all the time. We get comfortable. We skip on gear on a quick ride, just go running to the store. We stop checking tire pressure on our motorcycle, or we keep taking that corner a little faster than we know we should because it worked out last time. But like NASA learned the hard way, just because you got away with it once doesn't mean you're always going to get away with it. Now, there are a lot of bad habits that can get you hurt on a motorcycle. Some more serious than others, and if we tried to focus on all the bad habits that we can develop on a motorcycle, we'd need an entire week to watch this video. But in this video, I want to focus on 3 bad habits that often get overlooked. They might not seem like a big deal until they are. So we'll look at some real-world examples of where that same bad habit cost people in other disciplines of life, and we'll see how that relates to what we do on a motorcycle. Lack of focus. On March 28, 2008, in San Bruno, California, a Caltrain commuter train carrying over 100 passengers failed to stop at a red signal and collided head-on with a maintenance train. The engineer had missed a series of warning signs leading up to that stop. He wasn't distracted by a phone or asleep. The official report described it as a momentary lapse of attention. He simply lost focus, and he didn't realize his mistake until it was too late. The result, 16 people were injured. The train sustained millions in damage. The engineer, a seasoned professional, never operated a train again. The National Transportation Safety Board cited the root cause as inattention and failure to adhere to signals, a lack of focus during a routine task that had become too familiar. Riding a motorcycle requires constant attention, but when you ride the same roads day after day, it's easy to zone out, to go on a mental autopilot. That's when you miss that car creeping up on the side street, or that patch of gravel that's in the blind curve, or that curve that you've taken every day going to and from work, or your own warning signs of fatigue. Just like that engineer, you won't even realize that you've missed it until it's too late. In fact, the NHTSA says that inattention and distraction is one of the leading causes of motorcycle crashes. Some means to help with inattention are adapt a pre-ride mental check. So be aware if you're tired, stressed, or otherwise distracted and plan accordingly. Use mental narration while you're riding, so silent narration on the ride can help keep you in check. Things like that truck's weaving, or that light just turned green, watch for red light runners, or there's a driveway coming up. Those mental conversations can help keep your brain engaged and forcing situational analysis and awareness. So play the what if game. What if that car pulls in front of me? What am I going to do? By playing that game frequently, you'll stay in anticipation mode and not in reaction mode. Lack of proper maintenance, especially the tires on a motorcycle. On January 28, 2003, U.S. Airways Express Flight 5481 crashed shortly after takeoff from Charlotte, North Carolina. It killed all 21 people on board. The crash was traced back to a mechanical failure in the elevator control system, the part of the plane that controls the pitch up and down. Investigators found that the aircraft elevator cables were improperly rigged, and maintenance crews had failed to follow proper inspection procedures. What made this situation worse? Well, this wasn't a one-time mistake. It was the result of habitual maintenance shortcuts, overlooked procedures, and signed off work that hadn't been properly completed or double-checked. The result? 21 lives lost, all because of maintenance that should have been routine. So whether it's worn brake pads, underinflated tires, or skipping oil changes, maintenance on a motorcycle is non-negotiable. Could be a single failure at the wrong time, like a chain snapping in traffic or a tire blowing out mid-corner, that can mean the end of your ride or worse. Lack of continued training. In 2013, a 56-year-old Marine veteran and experienced rider was killed in what should have been a routine low-speed turn. According to a local police report in San Diego, he was making a slow-speed U-turn in a parking lot when he lost control of the motorcycle and dropped it and struck his head on a concrete barrier. He was wearing a half helmet, but the real issue wasn't his gear. It was a loss of basic control at slow speed, the kind of control that fades over time if not practiced. The veteran had not taken any training refresher courses in over a decade. The result? Well, a highly experienced, disciplined man who had been through combat lost to a mistake that could have been prevented with a few practice drills on a parking lot. Riding is a perishable skill. You don't stay sharp by riding more miles. You stay sharp by practicing with intention. Without continued training, your reactions get slower, your technique fades, your bad habits take root. The military trains constantly. Even for motorcycle riders, they have to take regular refresher courses, not because they're beginners, but because their lives depend on it. So take the best athletes in the world and look at what they do on a regular basis. They train. Major League Baseball has spring training. The NFL has a training camp. These are the best athletes in the world and the best at their sport, and they still practice and train on a regular basis. The same goes for us on a motorcycle. Take a training class. Practice on a parking lot. The more you practice and train, the more you're prepared for what happens on the road. You know, MCrider's got a whole lot of features. If you become a member of MCrider, you'll get access to the forums and a digital version of the field guide. If you become a pro member and pay for a year in advance, you can order a field guide hard copy just like this, and I'll send it directly to your home, totally free of charge. Just pay for shipping on it. And I've got the field guide and the road strategy book available for order. These are at mcrider.com/books, so you can brush up on your training and you can practice on your own. So become a member of MCrider or order the books and practice up on your skills and your training on any open parking lot, or find a local training center and take an advanced or intermediate riding class and practice your skills with a trained instructor. They're watching you ride and can give you immediate feedback. Till next week, guys, it's Kevin with MCrider, and I'll see you on the road. If you enjoyed this video, please consider becoming a member of MCrider. You get access to the forums and the field guide and a whole lot more. All the details can be found at mcrider.com/member.